besties, my name is Maddie and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be going over the 13 books that I read in May. So I read 2 new series this month that I absolutely loved. I was shocked by both of them, honestly. I had one re-listen, I guess you could say, and then I had one book that flopped so hard I was so disappointed in. So I only read 4 out of the 10 books I put on my May TBR. I know I slacked, okay? But I read some great series and I was preoccupied with some other books. But I still had such a great time. I want to talk about them. So let's jump right in to the first book that I read in May, which was Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. And I rated this book 4 stars. Such a great time. So this follows our 2 main characters, Scarlett and Lucas. And Scarlett is a diver at Stanford and Lucas is a swimmer at Stanford in the Olympics too. They're both doing very important things in the water world, I guess you could say. And he had a long-term girlfriend and Scarlett's kind of just been going with the flow. And some kind of secret sort of slips out between the 2 of them and they decide that they're going to be in this mutually beneficial relationship, shall we say. And as, you know, they spend more time together, as things get a little bit spicier, you catch what I'm saying, and obviously feelings are going to develop a little bit. And it's that little story. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun with this one. I thought it was phenomenal. I mean, sure it was smutty, but like, I didn't think it was anything crazy, at least. I mean, I had a good time with it. I think Ali Hazelwood's writing is so well done. I find her story so enjoyable, and I feel like I get immediately sucked into these worlds. Like, the little snippets that we got of Olive and Adam, I think that's his name, Dr. Carlson, from The Love Hypothesis, giggling, kicking my feet, having such a good time. I thought it was so cute seeing them from like their POV. Oh, such a great time. I highly recommend picking this book up if you have ever tried an Ali Hazelwood book. I think you would really like this one. There was a lot of things floating around when it first came out that it was like very smutty and there was too much going on, but I felt like it was perfect. I didn't think it was too drawn out. I didn't think there was too much going on in it. I thought it was perfect and I had such a great time with it. Then I read Seeing Red by Bailey Hannah and I rated this book 4 stars. I had so much fun with this one. So this is a surprise pregnancy trope and I ate it up. I ate up every single crumb. So this follows our 2 main characters, Cassidy and Red, or Chase, or whatever one he decides to go by. And they have a one-night stand outside of a bar, basically on the hood of her ex-boyfriend's car. Love that for her. And she just wants to like basically stick it to her ex. And she's like, sure, Chase, you'll do for tonight. And she falls pregnant. So you got that in there as well. So as they're trying to figure out this new journey that they're on, because they don't like each other, there's like a little bit of animosity going on between them. You know, the tension. It's delicious. And as she gets farther along in her pregnancy, he wants to be more involved. She doesn't want him to. She doesn't want him to leave her. Yada, yada, yada. And as the story goes on, so does like their feelings and their relationship with each other. I found it so cute. I had such a good time with it. I really liked both of our main characters in this. I loved the little side characters you got. I felt like the story flowed very naturally and like I loved their progression of their relationship. And don't get me wrong, I did not really like Alive and Wells. I believe that's book 1 of this. I think I rated it like 3.5 stars. Wasn't my favorite, but this one, so good. And I'm very excited to get into book 3. I think it's called like Change of Heart or something like that. And I think that one is a second chance romance. So very excited for that one. But if you kind of want to dip your toes in like surprise pregnancy, or if it's a trope you don't think you'd like, I think you should check it out because this one is so good. So good. Okay, here is one series that I read the whole thing because I couldn't put it down, and I read the Edge of Darkness series. So overall, it's a 5-star series, but I think I rated the first book, Insatiable, 4.75. Voracious, I think, is book 2, and I rated that book 5 stars. And then Restitution, I rated 4.5 stars, or 4.75. It's right around there. Just because there were a few things that I was kind of like, not my vibe, but I love these 2 characters. So I'll just tell you a little bit about what book 1 is about because it ends on a cliffhanger and you have to keep going. You can't stop, basically. I'll tell you that right now. I thought I could. I couldn't. So this follows our 2 main characters, Cade and Stacy. And they kind of like fell in love when they were young. She kind of, I don't even know. I'm like a crazy person. No. Okay. Let's start over. Like, I don't even know how to describe it without giving too much away. So Cade's dad is a psychotic man, basically. He's in a mental institution or he's in something that he's a danger to the public, basically, is what I'm getting at here. He should not be out with the people, you know. And Cade has always felt like he also shouldn't really be out with the people. You know, he doesn't understand feelings. He doesn't understand kind of that back and forth of a relationship. He doesn't get it. He never has. He doesn't understand like when all of his friends were like out like hitting on girls, wanting to be with people. He was like, that's not my vibe. I don't understand what this feeling is. Like, I don't have those feelings. Until he meets our girl, Stacy. And the first time he meets her, she kind of like gives him the cold shoulder and she's like, I don't want anything to do with you. And he's like, wait a second. I kind of like this. So they have a little budding relationship, friendship type thing that they keep from his family because Stacy's best friend is also Kate's sister. Okay, so she didn't want any of those lines to be crossed. So they kind of kept it a secret. Something huge happens and now they're no longer together and he hates her. Hates her really bad. Really dislikes this girl, okay? So it is told in past and present timelines of their relationship budding, like their little friendship that they had when they were younger, and what they're going through right now. And when I tell you what they're going through right now is not good at all, if you think of the worst thing ever, it's worse. It's worse than the worst thing you could think of, basically. And it is dark. Search up your trigger warnings because it is insane. The entire book, all three are insane. The things that both of these characters go through, insane. It is heartbreaking. It is beautiful. It made me cry. It like healed my heart. It made me cackle. Daddy Tobias is my favorite man. And I feel like I loved him so much I should be locked up with him because that is so unwell. Like there were some scenes in here I was cackling. Like he was too funny. For what reason? I don't know, but I loved him. And if loving him is wrong, I don't want to be right, you know what I'm saying? I cannot wait for his book because he has the one book, I think it's like Psychotic Obsession or something like that. Can't wait to get into it, but I had to take a break because these books are dark, very rough things going on in them, very rough things that happen. So like it really messes with you, you know. But overall, a 5-star series. I loved it. I wish I could read it again for the first time. It was so much fun. And I wish I would have savored it just a little bit more because I flew through them. And I wish I could go back and reread them. Then the second series that I read is a very different series than the one I just talked about. So I read The Hunger Games for the first time. Loved it. Another 5-star series. So I believe I rated The Hunger Games 4.75. I rated Catching Fire 4.5 and then Mockingjay 5 stars. That ending, I was shocked. So back in middle school, whenever the movie came out, I went to like the midnight premiere of The Hunger Games and I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much fun. I had no idea what was going on because I didn't read the books. Loved the movie, and I just never went back. You know, I never watched Catching Fire. I never watched Mockingjay. I think there's like 2 parts of it now. I don't know about now. I think they came out a bit ago. I'm gonna go back and watch all the movies because, oh my gosh, such a good time. So I went into basically book 2 and book 3 completely blind and I was like, what is going on? I was shocked. The ending of Mockingjay, chills. Full body chills. Okay, so if you don't know anything about these books, it's basically this country is split into 12 districts and these districts each picked a man and a woman, okay, a boy and a girl because they're children, to go to the Hunger Games and they basically kill each other. There's one winner and they get like riches and golds and stuff like that because most of the other districts are very poor besides like the top one. And they go fight in the capital and that's basically it. And it's basically just Katniss and Peeta's story of being in the Hunger Games and what happens after that. I had such a good time. And I was thinking, so I don't know if this makes any sense, so I'm gonna try to like go through it. So when I watched the movie, I was a gal girly through and through. Okay, I was like, oh my god, he's so hot. What do you mean you're picking this other man? Absolutely not. But when I read the book, when I read the first Hunger Games, I was like, oh, who would be a gal girly? Peeta all the way. Like when they were in like the little cave thing, I was blushing. I was like, is this YA? What is going on here? So I'm curious to see if like everyone that was like a gal fan was only a gal fan because they didn't read the book, and everyone that was a Peeta fan read the book and they're like, Miss Girl, what are you talking about? So very curious. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that because I don't know, because like I don't know how you could be a gal girly and read the book. Peeta all the way. Oh my god, such a good time with him. Love this series. I think I want to do a reread of it because it was so good. It was so good, and being YA, I felt like it was very easy to read, and I felt like I understood the story so well, so might be doing a reread. I want to also buy the special editions that Barnes & Noble has right now. I've seen them out a few times when I've been out, and I was like, I need to put them on my shelf. If you ever read The Hunger Games, I would highly recommend it. As a 26-year-old woman, I still love them. So, it's never too late to read them. Pick them up. Then besties, I did a re-listen. I got this Wild and Wrangled by Lila Sage available on Libby for an audiobook, and I was like, oh heck yeah. So I listened to it and I had a 10 out of 10 good time. So I again rated this book 5 stars. So this follows our 2 main characters, Destiny and Cam, and they were like high school sweethearts. They moved away together and something kind of happened and they broke up and they haven't talked in some time. Cam now has a daughter, so you got a single mom in there a little bit, and she's almost getting married. You know, she's got her dress on and the groom's like, sorry, I can't make it. It's not gonna work today. And she's left at the altar and Dusty is there to pick up the pieces, and it's gonna be their little budding relationship, friendship from that. And it is so, so good. The entire Rebel Blue Ranch series is a 10 out of 10 good time. Highly recommend if you want cowboy, if you want found family, if you want small town. If any of that is up your alley, pick this book up because they're so good. So this is what? Second Chance, Childhood Friends to Lovers. You have Single Dad. You have Black Cat Golden Retriever. You have Brother's Best Friend. So many good ones. And now the series is done, so highly recommend picking them up or going and buying all 4 of them. But you won't be disappointed, I promise you. Okay, besties, so the absolute flop of my month, I have Forgive Me Father by Katrina St. Clair. I read this book 2 stars, and I buddy read this with Sarah. Absolutely not. So I don't even know what these 2 main characters' names are. I want to say his name is like Briar. Oh, and her name's Eden. Yeah, that's it. That's it now. So Father Briar, whatever we want to call him, I think that's his name, is a priest. I also think that's what it's called. And he is the new guy in the church for Eden's church. This is gonna be a rough explanation. I can already tell. I don't even know, to be honest with you. Okay, so I'm trying to even think why they were even put together, to be honest with you. So I think she had to do like some services or something in the church. Well, I'm not good with that language either. I don't know what those technical terms are for things, but they spend more time together and they develop feelings for each other. So it's forbidden because you have a priest and like his disciple. I don't think that's the word at all, but that's the only word that came to mind. They're gonna kind of fall for each other. And Eden's had some really bad things happen to her. Her parents also really suck. Her friends also kind of suck. The girl's got nothing going for her besides this priest that's gonna save her life, basically, save her world. I have no idea. That's the premise, but I'm gonna tell you right now that really doesn't happen in it. And there's a bunch of other layers that are going on in it that also really don't make sense to the storyline or like don't even match up. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I love the first 5 chapters. 4 chapters. When I DNF'd it, soft DNF'd it, a few months ago, I should have left it that way because it didn't get better. It got worse, honestly. I was loving it at the beginning. I thought the pictures were so cool. I was loving it. I love the forbidden aspect. I was sweating. I was like, yes, everything I want. And then as the story progressed, it got worse and worse and worse. And I was like, what is going on? And like Sarah and I were reading it together and we were like Snapchatting and I was like, you like this? And she's like, no, I hate this. Do you like it? I'm like, no, I also hate it. So I think if I wouldn't have been buddy reading, I think I would have DNF. Wasn't good. And that's just the gist of it. The wording styles were very strange at times. The pictures didn't match up, so I don't know who she hired as an artist or if she drew them herself or what she did. It didn't look good because like the man wasn't the man in chapter 15 that was the man on chapter 5, you know? Like the pictures were different, the wording was real repetitive. It was just a very strange writing style that wasn't for me. But yeah, I didn't like it. It was terrible and I wanted to love it. I wanted to love it so bad. I was so excited to get my forbidden. I love those books and it didn't hit and I was sadly disappointed. Then for my book club, I read Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez and I rated this book 4 stars. I love her writing. I love Abby Jimenez's books. I love her writing. I love her stories. I love her characters. I love her found family that she creates. I just love all of it. All of it just makes me feel so good. I have such a good time with it. So this follows our 2 main characters, Xavier and Samantha. And Samantha brings her kitten in to the vet. He's the vet. And she's like, hey, just gonna do a check for this little guy. And he's like, oh, something's really wrong with this cat. It ain't gonna make it. And she's like, oh wait, yes it is. I'm gonna pay for the surgery. He'll be okay. So he's like, okay, go about your day, I guess. Get it out of here. And she raises enough money. She comes back, shows the cat, and she's like, told you I could do it. And he's like, I am obsessed with you. Let's go on a date. So they do go on a date and they have a great time. They hit it off. They're perfect for each other. They meet his friends. A great time. And she's like, I had so much fun. And he's like, when can we do this again? She's like, oh, well, we can't. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. I'm moving across the country. And he's like, oh, okay. Forget it. And she's like, just forget about me. It was a great time. That's all it's ever going to be. But of course, that can't happen. That can't happen. They're destined for each other. So they're going to try to make this long distance relationship work after meeting twice and having one date. Crazy, but to each their own. And it's basically going to be that story. And I feel like Abby Jimenez has such a great way of like adding in other aspects of life that you don't really like that happen but aren't in books. Like this handles grief in it. There is some family dynamic stuff going on. He's got some family dynamic stuff going on. It's great. Like it feels like real people. Like when I think about them, I was like, oh my god, BFFs. Not really, but like that's the vibe I get from them. And I love her little like Easter eggs of like the other characters in the books because he's a vet. And I swear to god, the dog is it Brad from the other book, whatever that book is. I thought it was the same one. I could be wrong, but I thought that was such a cute little Easter egg, if it was an Easter egg. And I thought it was fun for our book club. We didn't really have much to talk about. We had like a few aspects of like her life to talk about and like how crazy it would be like to meet someone and go on like one date and be like, this is it for the rest of our life. But you know, it works out for some. So I thought it was very cute. I had a good time with it and I'm glad I read it. Now for a forbidden book that I absolutely devoured. I read Goalie by McKay Marie and I rated this book 4.5 stars. A great time. So this follows our two main characters, Lennon and Luke. And Lennon is a goalie on her college hockey team and Luke is going to be her new coach. He was like some big hotshot NHL goalie and he got hurt, he got injured, and he no longer played basically, so he's going to coach. And when he gets there, he kind of brushes everyone off. He doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be a part of it. And Lennon's like, I really want to learn from you. You were great when you played. I want to be the greatest. I want to win this for my team this year. So she's going to kind of like break through his walls a little bit and kind of get him to fall in love with the game again. And as they spend more time together, practicing and, you know each other, lines do be crossing, and I was not mad about it. Oh my, the scene in the shower and the scene in the car, they're so oh, this is what I'm talking about with the forbidden book, because like you have the pining, you have like the fighting it for quite some time. So good. That's so good. Like I don't even think we got into like a brush of a hand until like 50-60% of the way through, and I was like, I am eating it up. I am devouring it. A 10 out of 10 good time. If you want a sports romance, you want a little bit of forbidden, dual POV as well, highly recommend this book. And then the last book that I read in May was A False Start by Elsie Silver, and I have now finished out her backlist. I don't even want to talk about it. So I rated this book 4 stars, and it follows Nadia and Griffin, and it is brother's best friend. I always get them so confused when I try to talk about them because I gotta like switch the characters all the time. So it's brother's best friend. So Nadia's at a bar one night with this guy and she's just macking on him. She's like, I guess this is okay. This guy kind of sucks, but you know, I'm trying to live my best life. And Griffin walks into the bathroom that they're in and he is like, okay. And she's like, excuse me, what are you doing? And she kind of kicks this guy she's with to the curb and she's like, get out of here. And Griffin and her have a little something go on. So after Nadia and Griffin share this amazing kiss, he like leaves, doesn't talk to her again, and then the next morning she's like at work and Griffin shows up to drop off something for her boss. And she's like, oh, who are you? What are you doing here? And her boss is like, oh, this is your brother's best friend. What do you mean? And she's like, excuse me? And then it jumps 2 years later, and they've kind of avoided each other since then. But some invisible strings, we'll say, have started pulling them back towards each other. It is so good. Elsie Silver's writing is fantastic. I would read her grocery list, to be honest with you. I think it's phenomenal. I love her stories, The Small Town, The Found Family, just every aspect, every trope she's ever written, it just feeds me, and I am so glad it does every single time. So those are the 13 books that I read in May. I had such a great reading month. I know we didn't get too many off the TBR, but I tried my best. Let me know what you read in May, what your favorite reads of the month were. I always want to know. And as always, thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Love yous!